Welcome to EthanLive. Today is Wednesday, May the 6th. How are you today?
Yeah, I am fine. I'm been packing, getting ready to get out of Dodge.
Out of Dodge. That sounds like, and you're going to warmer weather. So
Yes,
that
so
sounds like
yeah,
a very fun thing. I'm going to real quickly put our link here in case anybody wants to
yeah,
join. Feel free to send in a comment to ask a question, or if you want to come on the show, just click the link there that I put in the first comment
yeah.
and you can come on and enjoy us. Let's look at this today. We got International No Diet Day,
Mm.
National, I don't like that. I've already broke that day. So, well, no Diet Day. So I'm right on target.
Well, I think with those Zempic and all those drugs anymore, we'll soon be a country of no dieting anyway.
Hashtag truth.
Yeah,
Today is National Nurses Day.
right. Shout out to all of our nurses and Suzanne.
Yes. National Skilled Trades Day.
Good one. I've got to call a repairman, so that's a good one.
National Tourist Appreciation Day.
Okay.
National Interpreter Appreciation Day.
We see some of those in court, don't we?
We do. I had down here National Teachers Day. I don't see it listed
What?
here, but happy National Teachers Day. Happy National Teachers Day to you.
Thank you. And to all the
And
teachers out there.
National Call Your Insurance Company Man Day.
We hope a very dear friend is watching.
Little inside joke. Anyway, we wanted to touch base about a few things that are going on. Some of the court stuff updates. Uh,
Yeah.
some of the things going on. One positive thing. Oh, I didn't create a little thing, a picture, but I do want to say this Saturday we are doing a
Yeah.
fundraiser. The good folks at Kendra Scott, who've always been so nice and kind to us, are allowing us to come back to Kendra Scott on Saturday. If you come to Kendra Scott Saturday and you mention Ethan, it'll 20% of everything that they sell will come to Ethan Almighty's Blessings. Ethan will be
Hmm.
there from 2 to 4, so come say hello. There's also a code I put on the website or on Ethan's Facebook page that if you can order online. So order
Yeah.
online anytime. Put that code in, and 20% will come to Ethan Almighty's Blessing. So huge
Right.
shout out and thank you to Kendra Scott.
They are. They're one of those corporate people that give back to the community in so many ways. There are days that we've been there, and I know you've noticed that we'll leave another 501(c) will come in or
Yeah,
another organizational setup. So they give back constantly. So great,
yeah,
great
they do.
company to
They do
support.
a wonderful job. We hope to keep that relationship going. But this
Yeah,
when
definitely.
is like I posted today? When is the best time to buy Mother's Day gifts? The last minute.
Sure. Why not? Or
Why
online, they can go
or
ahead, you know.
or online? You're right.
Yeah, yeah. If you're an early bird, go online now.
Well,
Today.
well, don't not right now. Wait till this is
Wait till we
over.
finish. Yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Wait till our special evening edition is over here.
Yeah. So yeah, a little 6 o'clock evening, Ethan live.
I
You know,
know.
I have this thought that I'd like to do to see if I can follow through. Our court times kind of throw a little wrench into it, but I'd love to do just like a quick daily show. That's like maybe like at 12 noon,
Yeah.
30 minutes at the most, 20, 30 minutes. Quickly talk about maybe some things that are happening in just in general in the national news in Kentucky, and we catch up on cases as they're coming along. I like to kind of do that. I'm
Right.
putting
Yeah.
my noggin to that
You're
one.
putting some thought to that. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're you're mulling that one over, aren't you?
Yep. As we
We'll
get
be we'll
into
just
some of our updates, I want to start with last week we was Derby week here in Louisville,
mm-hmm.
um, and Tanya and Tammy York have always
Yeah.
been extremely kind to us invited us many years ago to come to Unbridled Eve, their Derby Eve party, and continue to invite us, and even to the point where they've invited us each year to Unbridled Afternoon that they do at a local elementary school, which is always a lot
Uh-huh.
of fun because at the last we did it at Sanders Elementary recently,
Do
and
they change schools every year, Jeff, or
yeah,
is
it's
it?
a different
Oh,
school
that's
every
cool.
year.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's very interesting. I was kind of talking with some of the folks, or some of the same people that they asked to come back. Like
Uh-huh.
Heather French Henry has been there each year. She's
Right.
always nice to talk to. Mario Anderson, um, Kayla Moody, both with Spectrum News.
Spectrum News.
Mike
Uh-huh.
Bucci. Several folks come back each year, and so it's a really cool thing. This year they had shady raised sunglasses provided for all the kids.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is they always get the Louisville. This might not be the right name. The Louisville League of Mascots,
Oh,
and
okay.
there'll
I
be
didn't know they had a league, but okay.
there'll be 20 mascots or more there.
Oh,
And we know
goodness.
Dan pretty well, so we'll talk
Yes.
everywhere we go. And Dan
Yeah.
is there. Churchill
He's
Charlie,
Buddy Bat for anybody who wants to know, and
and in this, yeah, in this
Churchill Charlie or something.
Churchill Charlie. In this instance,
Yeah.
he's Churchill Charlie. But then there must have been 20 other mascots.
Oh,
I
Ethan's
mean,
nightmare.
anywhere from the water company to the Geico lizard to, I mean, anything, a Texas Roadhouse, anything. There were like 20.
Oh,
Quite honestly, there were two real horses there, and Ethan sort of likes to bark at horses because I think
yeah.
he's not sure what they are, and he's always sort of like to bark at people in costumes. And the whole time we were there that day, he didn't bark one time. They had two live horses there and
That's
all mascots.
he didn't bark at Dan.
No. Uh,
Wow.
so a couple years ago, we did it inside at the school, and the mascots did a race around the gym.
Oh, cute.
This time it was they set up all the kids out there, and the teachers
Oh
and
yeah.
school administrators did a race, which was
Uh-huh.
very fun because there were two rounds. The first round, the superintendent was there. He ran the first race, and I felt bad for him because he had on like a three-piece suit, and it was hot that day.
Oh well, doesn't everybody wear that to run in a race?
So,
Really?
but it was a really good time. So we enjoyed that at Sanders Elementary School. Each year they do. It's called Unbridled Afternoon, sort of giving the kids back because the biggest beneficiary from Unbridled Eve is Blessings in a Backpack.
Right. And
They
it's
also,
really cool that they take advantage, the York sisters do, that everyone's in town for the Derby, but then they turn that into a fundraiser for blessings in a backpack. So that's
yeah,
really,
and they give to 14 other charities
yeah,
also.
that's what you were saying. And I did not
Uh,
know that.
one of which animal Alley Cat Advocates and
Yeah.
Louisville Metro Animal Services. So
Right.
so that's a really
Right.
cool thing. And that the money that they raise really comes from Unbridled Eve night. They have a lot of silent auction items. They do a live auction item, and they have this big derby party. And so each year we have been invited to go. This was from this year.
Yeah. You
We
all
always
look
have
fabulous.
Ethan has got to get all dressed up. We got to get
Yes.
him
Mom
all
and
nice.
Papa look pretty nice too.
Well,
Yeah.
two out of three ain't bad. Um,
Oh, stop.
so we go to a couple of little behind the scenes stories. We go through the red carpet,
Uh-huh.
and it's lined up with all these different media outlets who want you to kind of take a picture, take 2 or 3 steps, stop, take a picture, take 2 or 3 steps, stop, take a picture. And then some of them also want to interview. And it just so happens where we kind of fell in line. It was a long time. We were on the red carpet for quite a while, and we were right behind Lori Morgan, country music.
Oh,
Uh,
uh-huh.
who, when we got in line for the red carpet, before we even went out on the red carpet, stopped to say hello and talk to us and ask us about Ethan. She was very,
Oh,
very nice. So we get out on the red carpet for uh, quite a while, more than you want to be out there, honestly. Uh, but it was very nice.
Long red carpet.
It was very nice because as you got down to sort of towards the end, it's like the local media, and
Uh-huh.
all of them wanted to stop to say hello and ask about Ethan because they've all done such a great job of covering Ethan's story and everything that we do. So
Right.
that's always a blessing. So
Well,
uh,
Ethan was adorable in the one interview. I don't remember. I think it was WLKY, but I better not. But she said something to ask Ethan how he was enjoying the evening, and she put the mic down, and he just kind of sniffed it, and maybe he licked it. I'm not sure, but it was a
he
cute
at that
interview.
particular time he hadn't had any snacks, so he probably wasn't enjoying the evening.
Oh, well, he looked like, I mean, he was always, well, he's always on his best behavior, but he looked like he was being very, very good on the red carpet. So,
So before we got off the red carpet, Lori Morgan had said hello, introduced us to
uh-huh.
her manager, and so as we got to the end, before we got off the red carpet, I asked her if we could get a picture with her because I wasn't sure if we would see her again. And
Right. Oh,
she
that's a
was
great picture.
she was very courteous, took a picture, asked me to send it to her manager. So uh, I texted it to her manager, and then a day or two later, she posted it on her social media
Oh, that was
along with
nice.
some other pictures from Derby Eve and Derby Day. So, and
Okay.
then you kind of go in and mingle and look at the silent auction items. For us, however, it is it's a blessing, honestly. But, we can't walk for 20, 30 steps without getting stopped 2 or 3 times because people want to see Ethan. It might be their one
Yes.
him throughout the year. So, and we don't mind, and he doesn't really mind. A lot of times you might end up having to get on the floor with him to get a picture because when we stop, he takes that as a time
He's
to
ready. Yeah. He thinks it's a little break
go,
to rest.
I'm gonna lay down.
Yes.
I'm gonna lay down.
Yeah. Well, I always like Rick Van Hoose's pictures with
Oh, wait a
Ethan.
minute. Here you go. This is from this year.
He's such a nice gentleman anyway, but he's always so kind and he's always so glad to see Ethan. And he just gets down there and gets the picture with Ethan. So,
He does. He is always very nice.
uh-huh.
The York sisters always very kind. Lori
Yeah.
Morgan was very kind, and then there's a few that each year that I'm like, if I'd like to meet that person or get a picture with that person if we run into.
Right.
And sometimes in the years past it's worked out, and sometimes it hasn't worked out. I
Yeah.
remember there was I wanted to see for I was going through where I was watching all the episodes of Schitt's Creek, and I wanted to see the lady that was in Schitt's Creek,
Oh, yeah, I
and
remember. Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
I didn't see her at all, and
Uh-huh.
so I think we were leaving that night, and I said something to Dana about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I had a long conversation with her in the bathroom. We talked for quite a while."
Yeah. You just weren't in the right place at the right
So
time,
I,
were
I
you?
didn't see her. So this year I wanted to see Andrea Canning from Dateline.
Uh-huh.
Anyone, I'm a true crime fan, so anyone that's a true.
Yes.
And so uh, we were sitting at a. So we walk around for a while, and
Uh-huh.
then at some point we go sit at our table, and Lori Morgan is at our table,
Oh, that was
who
good.
was very very nice.
Uh-huh.
The guys from the Sugar Hill Gang were right next door at our next table, who
Uh-huh.
continually got food for Ethan. I think they gave any food that was left over at their table, they gave to Ethan. I think they were asking the tables next to us if they had any
Oh,
leftover food they wanted to give to Ethan.
oh, how
All
sweet.
very nice. And then I
Uh-huh.
look over, and Andrea Canning is sitting by herself at a table, and so I waited for her to finish eating, so I didn't interrupt what she was doing, and went over and asked if she would be happy to take a picture with Ethan, and she was uh, more than welcome to, and so more
Oh,
than happy to. So it was very kind of her to do that.
yeah.
Very
That
happy.
was good. Yeah.
That was a
You
very good
made.
night. Lori Morgan actually sang first that night,
Uh-huh.
and then they started going down the list of the folks that were singing. Whether it was we didn't stay for the Crashers or for J.D.
Yeah.
Shelburne, or Philip Phillips was at the next table over
Yeah, I
from
forgot you
American
said
Idol.
he's there.
Yeah.
So big from American Idol. Yeah, yeah. I said I think won his season, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, I don't know. I think that was after I was watching. Anyway, we
Yeah,
go. People have asked me and questioned why we go during Derby season and supporting the Derby.
right,
Uh, Quite honestly, we've been lucky enough to go for 4 years in a row now, and I don't think the Derby's ever been brought up.
right.
It
It's
it
yes.
is it is. I understand that the party is put on because it's Derby season, and you have the opportunity to get those people in
To
one room.
get those people in town,
But
sure.
it's nothing. This is to support Blessings in Backpack, and quite honestly, I had Ethan cards, and I handed them out to anyone that I stopped to talk to because it's another way to get Ethan story
Yeah.
and
Oh,
his
definitely,
501c3 and
definitely.
our mission out there. So it was a
Yeah.
good time to be had by all. Uh,
Oh, well, you all look fabulous.
well, thanks. I appreciate. Like I say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Well, the only thing I would say next time, turn Ethan around so we can see his tuxedo from
Oh
every
yeah,
meeting.
because he had flowers on it, and I had
Yeah.
painted some flourishes on there.
Yeah.
You just didn't see it very well because every time he shook, all the flowers went flying.
Yeah, there were
So
some flowers still in your car, I
we
noticed.
we put them back on, but each time we put them back on, they'd be in a different spot. So his jacket sort of transitioned as we were going along. So
Oh, as the evening went along. Okay.
right.
Well,
So anyway, that was last weekend. It was a good time, and we're always happy to support some of those folks. Hopefully, um, in the future, maybe Ethan Almighty's Blessings will be one of those
oh, wouldn't that
organizations
be?
uh,
Yeah.
that
That,
Blessings in it, or that the York Sisters and Unbridled Leave.
uh-huh. Yeah,
Look at
that would be wonderful.
look at this. I mean, when you have the podcast in the evening, just look at these folks that will just join.
Are they joining?
Latham Allen. Hey Latham, how you doing, buddy? Latham was my college roommate at the
Oh, you're
university
kidding.
of Evansville. How you doing, buddy? Good.
Oh,
Good
that's kind
to see
of
you already.
fun.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, so
we,
different crowd comes out at night, huh?
yeah, different crowd.
Okay.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right. We might have to spice it up a little bit more in the evenings then, I'm telling you.
We might. Yeah, I like that. Um, so we get to let's see. We touch base with Roland last week and a few court cases last week. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, but
did,
we hadn't been to Jefferson for the Shelby Coops and Nicholas Shanks.
oh,
We
look who
did
else comes out.
that.
Oh, hold on. Let me stop you real quick there. Look who else. Like, look at these
Woo.
people just come out at Robert Miller. Robert, nice to see you and hear from you again. Uh,
Ah,
um, um, Janet Marie, my cousin's wife. Hello, how
oh
are you?
my
Wow,
goodness.
we should do
Wow.
this at nighttime more often.
No,
Uh,
yeah, seriously.
all right, so
Okay.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Let's
Oh,
get
you're
to the
fine. I
cases
said
from this
we
week.
went to yeah, well, they were last week. It was
Last
after
week,
we
okay.
talked to Roland then, so it was after we did our podcast.
Yeah.
Then we went down to Jefferson County for Shelby Coots and Nicholas Shanks
Mm-hmm.
because they're the couple that the horrific child abuse situation, but there was also a dog involved. So we went into it. That Leah Hachu is the prosecutor.
Yes, that was the one that they've
So
also arrested the grandmother.
yes, they added the grandmother on.
Yeah.
So we went down there for that. And then, of course, we have Scott County. So you talk about that
Yeah.
again.
Interesting. My interesting take from
Goodness.
the Jefferson County case of the three folks. They
Mm,
each have. It seems like it's a couple
yes.
and a
Their
grand.
boyfriend and girlfriend, I was told.
Okay,
Yes.
and a grandmother. And
Uh-huh.
the only one that seems to be out of jail is the grandmother. Does that?
Right.
Uh,
Yes.
and
The
so
other two are in custody.
so what's interesting is you have the like the prosecutor trying to deal with three different attorneys.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little different, wasn't it? For
Yeah,
yeah.
and and so they decided they were going to push it back because they were waiting for discovery, or and so then they have to organize all these schedules.
Oh
And
my
so the one
word.
attorney talks for the girl, the lady, the one attorney talks for the guy, and then
Yeah.
there's an attorney for the grandmother, and the judge is like, "Sir, do you have anything you want to add to this?" And he's on his phone,
Yes.
not paying
Uh-huh.
attention. And the judge is like, "Sir,"
Uh-huh.
and he's just on his phone, and he's like, "Sir, do you have anything to add?" And I'm thinking, wow, I think that's about
Uh,
the time I dumped that attorney.
isn't that the truth? But
Not
it
paying
is. It's
anything.
hard enough for them to agree on a date when there's one defense attorney and the prosecutors. But yeah, it was a little back and forth. But they finally have one for what was it, July
Yeah,
28th, I think.
July 20. Yeah, they pushed it past
Yeah.
through June. So then
Yeah.
we get to Scott
Scott County.
and Blue
Richie,
Phoenix. Um,
gosh.
and so
We tried.
we
We
show up
tried.
there, and we know who the defendants are, and we know the defense attorney, or we know
Right.
what they look like.
Yes. Sure.
And we've had some good conversations with um, um, some
Nick.
folks very close to the case.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so we sit in court for a long time. We don't see the
Long time.
defendants. We don't see the defense attorney.
No,
Couple hours
no.
gets in, and that was actually Unbridled Eve Day. So it got to the point where after being
Yes,
there
and
for
you
two
needed to
hours,
get, yeah,
we needed
yeah.
to take off and get back. It was an hour and a half back, and so. But the funny thing is, we popped on as we're walking out. Well, while you're in court, I'm
Yeah.
outside the courtroom on Zoom watching court.
Yes.
Uh, so we
We
keep the
do
Zoom on,
whatever we have to do.
whatever it takes. So we keep the Zoom on. We get in the car, and when they call them, they came from their attorney
I'm
appeared by Zoom. So he must have told them, "I'm getting ready to get on," and then they
in
came
his
upstairs,
car.
and,
In his
and
car.
yeah, and they must have come upstairs at that point because they
Yeah.
were not in the courtroom.
No, I was in the courtroom until what? I think there were five people left, of which all of those were males, except for one younger female that I knew was not Chesney Taylor. So we
So we
just
get on
figured it
Zoom
was not going to
thinking,
be there
yeah. So we get on Zoom thinking we're not sure that they're even going to show up.
again. Yeah.
And then her attorney appears by Zoom, and he is requesting more time because he's looking for a forensic veterinarian.
Yes.
They
Yes.
are
Arguing
apparently,
them.
allegedly, claiming that the dog must have gotten parvo from a dog in the apartment complex that had died from parvo.
Yes.
Now,
Hmm.
mind you, the necropsy that was done at the University of Kentucky, I mean,
Says,
very obviously says negative for parvo.
right.
Okay, I guess
Yeah.
that's not good enough. And
I
so,
guess.
as a defense attorney, you look for, I mean, if I guess if you pay enough, you can get somebody to say whatever you want them to say.
Right. But I mean, on the way back, I looked on our, Google to see who were the experts in Kentucky. And what came up was UK.
UK. So just
Uh-huh.
call the person that did the necropsy. I
Yeah.
mean, there's your expert right there. So,
Uh-huh.
according to in my uh, uh, looking at the necropsy myself, uh,
Uh-huh.
my very very unknowledgeable. It appears what they're saying is the dog died from pneumonia from complications of starvation.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
get your forensic veterinarian. Get him to say,
Oh,
pay him enough money to say whatever you want to say, and we'll just see where the chips lie. If I'm the prosecutor, I called the person that did the necropsy at UK, and I mean that's really all I need. Um,
yeah.
I
Mm.
think the defense wants this to be dropped to a misdemeanor, and
Yes. Uh-huh.
uh, I think the prosecution wants some jail time. So good for them. They should
But
get that.
this is, yeah, and as we said, because he needed time to find this expert, now it's not until August that they appear again. So now they're delayed again.
Delayed justice.
Yeah.
Hopefully, justice
Uh-huh.
delayed is justice in the end.
Yes, hopefully justice is served no matter how many delays they throw in there. But yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll keep everybody up to speed on that. But I quite honestly, as it gets, we had a couple court dates where several folks showed up, quite a few folks one time.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
When this moves along, I'm going to be requesting. It would be very nice if we could get a lot of those same
Yes,
folks to show up in court.
definitely. Definitely.
Unfortunately, things happen. People have to work. They got to take off work when they come to court. And there's a lot of things that pop up. You got car problems, you got family problems, all that kind of stuff. But as these things, the further they go into the system, which is what the defense really wants,
Once.
the less
Uh-huh.
they want the least amount of attention and the least amount of people there.
Yeah, they want it to go away.
They want it to go away. And so
Yeah.
sometimes we need to make sure that there are, and which is it. That's why we continue to go, and it's important to
Uh-huh.
see Ethan's face in the courtroom, uh,
Yes.
just to make sure that everybody there knows
We're
it's not
still
it's not
watching.
going away. Like
Right.
somebody
Right.
is watching, and that
Uh-huh.
doesn't just mean me and you, because we're going to post that and we're going to talk about it.
Exactly.
That means there's a
Exactly.
lot of people watching, and
We're just the eyes
yeah,
there
and
and we're gonna
this is for
share.
those folks that can't make it
Mhm.
because of work or can't
Right.
take or they can't drive that far or whatever. uh,
Right.
we want to make sure that we're there for those animals and make sure that their stories get told. So it's not going away,
Exactly.
and he can delay it all he
No.
wants, and he can pay as much money as he wants to a, a forensic veterinarian,
Yeah.
and we'll just see where it goes from there.
Where it
So
goes. Exactly.
that was
And
Friday
just
from last week.
yes, and just to throw out there too, because David Howery was last week, and people will remember, I think that name from McCracken County. He is up again May 12th. He's supposed to have a jury trial in June, and they had some kind of a pre-trial, but they've got another one May 12th. So still
Let's see.
watching David
So
Howery.
pre-trial May
He's
12th, and
mhm,
his jury trial is supposed to start June. Is it 5th?
20,
20.
26,
26.
26.
And
Yeah.
that is for currently. That's just for the animal stuff.
Right,
He's
right,
got
because
he's got a lot of
yeah,
other stuff now.
yeah, yeah, he had a lot of other charges put on. So,
He is
I
he
mean, I don't
is
think there's any doubt, like we've talked about, Jeff, this is one of those cases where there's no doubt this man, the person, I don't even know what to call him, will do time because he's got so many crimes that he has committed. But he is stalling as long as he can, and I mean, he won't take a plea deal. So it will probably, I guess, inevitably go to a jury, which,
probably
okay.
so, and he probably thinks maybe I'll get off a little bit lucky. He's got once he gets past this animal stuff, that dude's got
Oh,
he's got
heavens.
some other stuff that's going to cost him even more time than that. But this is
Uh-huh.
what I have found interesting about, and I think David Howery is a perfect example.
Uh-huh.
What I have found interesting about the system after really dealing with it for the last couple of years is there is this thought that there is um, you have the right as an alleged person, as a criminal, as
Uh-huh.
a defendant,
Um,
the right to a
mm,
speedy trial.
mm,
But
mm.
what about the victim? Where's their right?
I know.
Where's the right to a speedy trial for them? Where's the right to get justice, swift justice for them?
Yeah, it
It's
does
not
not
there,
exist.
you
No,
know.
it doesn't exist.
And
No.
I'm saying that not offering any answers. I know
Right.
I'm offering nothing but questions, but and everyone deserves a fair and the best defense that they can get. But here
Sure.
you have quite a few animal victims from this person,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no justice for them, no swift justice
No,
for them.
no, there is not. And I mean,
So
he's been committing horrific, allegedly committing well, he's been charged several times, horrific acts against animals for years.
Yeah.
for
Dating back
years.
to 2010,
20,
12, something like that.
to 12. I know it went back to 12 at least, at
Yeah.
which he was convicted and did jail time, but they were all misdemeanors because it wasn't Ethan's law. And he got back out and recommitted the same horrific acts again. So yeah, it's just, it can be very frustrating. It was like sitting in court in Scott County the other day. When I opened that door, I think, what did he tell us? Did he say 90 people on the docket?
97 people. Yeah.
Yes, on the docket that day. So when I walked in, there were that many people in the courtroom. Well, they were cleared out, what, in a couple of hours,
Yeah.
because everybody that went forward, it was like, okay, move it to June the 5th. June 5th was the day of choice. Okay, move it to June 5th, move it to June 5th. So I mean, it moved very quickly, but all we did was move everything to June 5th.
And then
So,
if you wanted it later than that,
oh,
the comment I
yeah.
heard was, well, July is for inmates.
Uh-huh.
So we'll
Mm-hmm.
move it to August.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's frustrating. So,
It is. Well, we
so we'll
just,
keep an eye on David Howery and McCracken. There's actually
yes.
quite a few folks that are popping up in McCracken. And then we move to this week, and we moved to what was the first case we went to this week? It was Jefferson County. Defendant Kenneth Muse.
That was last week. That was,
Was that
yeah.
last week? These weeks,
Uh-huh.
wow, these weeks.
Yeah. No, this week was Hardin County and Grayson County.
Oh, hard. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So
so
you want to go into
yeah. So
Morgan
go into
Barrett again?
let's go into Morgan Barrick, who in Hardin County was convicted of 31 counts of
Mm-hmm.
animal torture, 2 years for each count to run concurrently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, to run concurrently. Uh,
Right.
the judge switched it to uh, at least 3 counts to run concurrently, so that would be 6 years, 2 years for each one. She's
Uh-huh.
probably up for some uh, uh, parole this year at
Right.
some point.
Yes.
Before
Uh-huh.
the before those cases went to trial, the defense for some reason wanted to separate this one particular dog, Cyrus, from the rest of the 35
Mm-hmm.
animals.
Right.
And then from what we have heard, right before the trial, they wanted to add Cyrus back in, and
Uh-huh.
uh,
The
again,
judge.
we've heard was the judge said no. So
Right.
so she faced all those charges, knowing that she still had to face these charges for Cyrus, which as you listen to the evidence and see some of the evidence, it seems like the stuff for this particular dog, Cyrus, is much worse. Not what happened to those dogs isn't much worse. The evidence they have
Is
is a little bit
very
more for this
graphic.
particular dog. Yeah.
Very graphic. Yes.
So
Yes.
she's
They
facing
have lots.
so she's facing another charge for this one dog,
Uh-huh.
and we showed up thinking that. In my mind, I kind of thought they would just show up and say, "Hey, Morgan pleads guilty. Give
Right.
her another month."
Yeah.
Knowing that she's never been transferred to prison, she's still in jail.
Yeah. She's still in Hardin County. Yeah.
Uh, but no, that wasn't the case. He surprised everyone
Not
with
at all.
change of venue
Mm-hmm.
for this next trial that he anticipates. He wants a change of venue, which
Mm-hmm.
prompted the discussion of should they even proceed with this case since the other case is
In
going through the
appeal.
Court of Appeals. I think they determined. It seems like that day, and then with this day this week, they determined they're going to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so the judge was going to give them June 5th or June 6th, something like that, for a hearing for the change of venue. And the defense asked for November or December. So
Yes.
the
December the 14th.
change of venue hearing is
Uh-huh.
December 14th. So you have to imagine this case was in 2023.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's a change of venue hearing in December of 2026.
6. Yes.
Both
Yeah.
sides will give their arguments. The judge will then make a
Mm-hmm.
decision at some point, and then whether they move forward in Hardin County or another county, that'll be 2027.
Yes, before anything
And
is
you're looking at
adjudicated.
close to 4
4
years
years on
for
this one
justice for this
for
animal there.
Cyrus. Yes. Hmm. It's
Well,
going to be very interesting how Judge Simcoe handles this, because he was, he really went out, went away from the norm, I guess we could say, when he changed, what the recommended sentence was that the jury
yeah.
gave.
Mhm.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he rules on this change of venue. So,
Now this one was, shout out to, we just talked about how we need folks, to come to court when they can. This was one
right.
where people showed up every day
Yeah.
during the
Uh-huh.
trial, during closing art, whenever it was, people showed up. And
Yeah,
when it
they
became
did.
time to sentencing, Judge Simcoe received over 75
Uh-huh. Impact
victim
statement.
impact
Mm,
statements,
right.
to the
And
point where when we showed
he
up
didn't
that
want
day,
any more.
he was like, "That's enough.
Yeah.
Stop sending them."
Uh-huh.
Uh, so, eventually, when it got to sentencing, he increased it from, instead of 2 years, everything running concurrently, three different sentences, so about 6 years. So she served,
Yes.
a few more months, which
Uh-huh.
was good. So you're right. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, how he decides to rule
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Because at times he does seem, and I don't blame the judge, he does seem to be just a little impatient with the defense attorney, I think.
Well, I mean,
Well, I can
probably
understand why,
probably
but
justified.
yes,
So
very much so. But anyway,
so
yeah,
that
so
was
that's,
so we went to Hardin County for that.
and then
Uh,
you had the
also,
Zoom with her, them also.
uh, do I mention this? Do I not mention this? Huh. Uh, I, well, I'll go ahead and mention it. When we were in Hardin County, also appearing in court that same day was attorney Senator Robin Webb,
Yes,
and I really wanted to talk with her,
she was
uh,
super friendly to you, Jeff.
before the court got in session. She intentionally didn't look our way, and so I wanted
No,
to say hello to her afterwards, and she must have been parked in a different place, because I waited for her outside, and she didn't. We saw her come out, but she went a different way, and
yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm not saying she was avoiding it. I was just going to say hello to her and see. I have reached out to her about a different situation, uh,
uh-huh,
aside from anything to do with Frankfurt or legislature stuff. So
well,
it was just interesting, to
yeah,
run
well,
a
I think
professional,
that's
a different professional uh, situation.
I think that was a very nice act of kindness that you just did by saying that it was not sure if it was purposely done or not. So we'll just go with that.
So we leave Hardin County, and come back and get on. Uh, did we? Was that a day of Zoom?
That was a couple days after that that we did
Ugh.
this. So
Oh,
it was just that we had Morgan twice within, just those few days. So
oh yeah,
from
that's
from a
true.
Tuesday to a Tuesday. But then
Yeah.
we made it to Grayson County, which we've never been to Grayson County
No,
before.
no.
So
There's a person in Grayson County who's been charged with 7 counts
7 counts of torture.
animal
Yes.
torture. Her name is Dava Parks, I think.
Yes. Yes.
And we were trying to get as much information as we possibly could
Yeah.
about that. And so I've got some additional information.
Oh, good, because I haven't been able to find out exactly what the situation is with what she's been
So she's been
accused.
charged with 7 counts of torture. Uh,
Yeah,
there were dogs that were locked in kennels, covered in feces, no food or water, all underweight, dehydrated, and one did not survive. It was very cold where all these dogs were, and this case has probably gotten to the point that it is now because of the excellent work of the animal control
control.
officer there in Grayson County. So shout out
Yeah.
to animal control officers there. Shout out to animal control officers everywhere. Um, and so that case has been moved to. It was very quick and just pushed for another
Yes.
trial in
Yeah.
July,
July 7th. July 7th.
July 7th. So keep an eye on that. That's Grayson County Defendant
Uh-huh.
Dava Parks. I also got information about a case in Ohio County.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We got
Uh,
an indictment, you said. So
Defendant Stephanie Buckman
Buckman. Buckman.
has been
Hmm.
indicted. Um, there
So we'll
was a
watch
concern.
that one.
There was a concerned citizen that noticed. Some of these things are tough to talk about, right? But if you
Yeah.
can't, like I posted last week, you cannot. There was that video of that dog that was found in Iroquois Park. You cannot turn your back,
Yeah,
or
Maggie. Yeah.
you're not helping.
Right.
Yes, it's tough to talk about, tough to look at. There was a concerned citizen that noticed that there was some decaying legs of a dog
Oh.
underneath of a tote, and that person heard and smelled other dogs
Oh
around.
no.
And so this person was animal control was called again. Shout out to Ohio County Animal Control, who did a
Control.
magnificent,
Uh-huh.
fabulous job of documenting the
Good.
situation, gathering evidence,
Good.
and
Okay.
this defendant has been indicted by a grand jury.
Right. So I don't have a date yet for her arraignment. Of course, she'll be arraigned next since it was an indictment. It hasn't posted yet, but I'll certainly keep an eye and see when it is.
Yeah.
So, but
So
how, again, like you said, people, if they see something and say something, that makes all the difference. That
yeah,
person,
there's
instead of saying, I'm not going to get involved, I'm not going to get involved. Well, you're going to save some other animals' lives.
there
So,
are it takes when you say it takes a village, it takes it's taken quite a few people to get to where the law was passed, but it takes folks
mhm.
that see something that's not right to say something, and then it takes
Yes,
an amazing group of
animal
animal control
control.
officers
Yeah,
to step up,
yeah,
and none of these things could be prosecuted properly without the right evidence, without the right information,
yeah.
and so
That's one thing Ethan's Law has certainly done is shine a light on the work of animal control.
yeah, I mean, fantastic. What some of
Because it wouldn't move forward like we were talking about today. Police officers aren't necessarily trained or think to go in and
the,
collect evidence of an animal that has died in a situation, but the animal control people get in there and do the work that has to be done, or they can't. These people cannot be prosecuted. So,
yeah, and some of that stuff that they've got to see or document
oh goodness,
or
yeah.
take pictures of is terrible. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. But to back up just a little bit, Jeff, on the one with the in Grayson County, you said there
yeah.
were several with the seven. Was she running some kind of kennel situation, or
Not
were
that
these
I
all
not
personal
that I that's not
personal
the information.
dogs? Okay.
Yeah, it's not the information that I've gotten.
Okay. Just
Uh,
wondered, we've had so many lately that were running some kind of a supposed rescue. So I
right.
just wondered when you said there were seven, I just wondered if there were more and she was doing some kind of a,
No, from what I've
okay,
gathered,
good.
it doesn't seem that it was a rescue. It just seems like it was
Okay.
um
Okay.
uh,
Her own,
we're on yeah, crappy owner.
yeah,
I mean,
really,
I say
seriously.
it another way, but
I
uh,
know. Okay.
so
Well,
are the
tomorrow we have the one in Jefferson County that several people probably saw on Facebook. We don't know much about it either, but it's Misty Dawn Vincent
okay?
is in court tomorrow. So
Yeah, so she's in district court tomorrow at 9, which could be 9 or it could be 11, it could be 1.
it could be whenever.
But we'll show
Yeah.
up for we'll get there for a little in the morning and reach out to some of the prosecutors and see if we know when that's
Yeah,
going
see who's
to.
handling it. I'll try to look on the docket later. I didn't do that yet, but I've learned where I can find the docket and see who the prosecutor is,
Yeah,
because some of that shows up. And then we have the couple in McCracken County that are going to be in court tomorrow also.
yeah,
So,
okay. Yeah.
And I reached out to ask for a Zoom link, but it was just a message. No one answered. So I asked her to send it email, but I didn't get it yet. But
Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on our thoughts on Zoom.
yeah, we could on just trying to get Zoom links. Who knew?
Yeah, it's not right that you can go to one county and
Uh-huh.
log on and get the Zoom link to every court,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you call other counties, and not only do you not get the Zoom link, you've got to get approved from the judge.
Right.
There's
Right.
something not right there. It's either
I
one way or
know.
the other. Like if you don't want us to watch from Zoom, like if you want to come out and you want to say this is all open to the public, but you have
Uh-huh.
to show up. You can't come to Zoom,
Right.
and it's across and it's statewide. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. If that's the
Uh-huh.
way, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you got to do. But if it's
Right.
available, like you have to have something that's the same. If it's
Right.
available that you can grab a Zoom link and pop onto Zoom and watch court in a county in Kentucky, you should be able
Uh-huh.
to do it in every county. And
Yeah.
quite frankly, like this is the kind of stuff that really aggravates me. And quite frankly, if you don't want people to log on to your Zoom link as a judge, what are you trying to hide from folks?
Yeah, I don't understand because there's always a situation or generally a situation where somebody needs to come in on Zoom because the attorney doesn't get there on time or how many times are they incarcerated in another county?
Yeah,
We,
it doesn't. And I've heard the argument of if you're on Zoom, maybe a victim's face will be shown or somebody's privacy will be violated. If I can drive somewhere in Kentucky
and be
and walk
there.
into the courtroom and sit there as a member of the public,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
then it's no different than if I log on to Zoom.
right.
Now,
Right.
again, you want to tell me I can't log on to Zoom? That's one thing, but that's got to be for all 120 counties.
Yeah. A little,
If
yeah.
there are if there are a few counties that you can get a Zoom link for just like that and log
Uh-huh.
on and watch anything, then
Right.
it should be that way for every county.
Yeah. And that as difficult as, Jefferson County is with district court, that is one place that the Zoom links, now that I've learned my way to navigate, are all
Yeah,
online.
right
I
there.
don't have to, because you cannot call Jefferson County and get through hardly on the phone. But all the Zoom links with the passwords are all online for every single courtroom in circuit and district. So
And so if you've got the largest county in the state
that
that
can
just
manage,
that
yes.
just offers the Zoom links, and
Uh-huh.
then I pick up the phone and I call Rando County in southwestern Kentucky, and I hear, well, I got to put you through to the judge's office, and the
Yes.
judge has to approve you.
Right.
That's
Yes.
that is complete BS.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what about, I don't think it was by accident. The one county where we got the Zoom link and we weren't allowed in until the cases were finished. If you know what Do you know which county I'm talking about? They
Yeah,
only had about 6 or 7 cases on their docket. It's a small county,
yeah,
but they gave us the Zoom, and Jeff and I sit there, it just spins. And by the time he finally opened it and let us in, he'd already finished with all the
yeah.
cases.
He'd already finished it all, and he asked us why we were there.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, and then he did a very good job of explaining what happened in the case that we were
Yes,
there
he
for.
did. I must say he did give us the information that we were wanting to get. But I would the next time we zoom in on that county, it'll be interesting to see if we get in before the cases are all
It just
heard or not.
it just I just to me it doesn't make any sense why it's not the
I
same for
know.
every county.
I
Um,
know.
we've talked about smaller things as you go into different counties, how court starts for each one. You would think that
Uh-huh.
it would be the same. That's a
No.
little bit on the smaller side of, are we nitpicking? I don't know. You just think that every
Yeah.
court thing would start the same. I think that personally, I think that they think They do it all the time, and so they jump right into it. Well, for
Uh-huh.
some people that are in court, and I'm not even
Yeah.
talking about just us watching, some people that are in court, that might be their first time.
Yeah. I
So
hope it is.
give them the spiel.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
read their
Yeah.
rights. Tell them, it just doesn't make any sense. That part of it I've never understood. And then when we get to this
No.
Zoom thing, the Zoom, the two
Yeah.
things that bother me, the Zoom link that you can't get for every county just very easily, and
Yeah.
it frustrates me that I can drive to any county in Kentucky and walk up to the clerk's office and ask for every single document on a case, and they'll hand it over to you,
Right.
and you
But
can't get it online.
no, no, you cannot. And it's interesting too, because, I've asked questions before when I call to say, well, what did the citation say? Or what are the charges? And I've had a few that will tell me what the charges say. They will say, well, it looks like they did such and such, and, the police officer reported this, this, and this. And then I have others that say, I cannot tell you that. That's part of a background check. If you want that, you have to come here. So they
Well,
don't,
and which doesn't make any sense to me, because if I can drive
it's
there and you give it to me,
why not just
I
tell
mean,
me?
block
You're
out block out the personal information,
right.
right? Like, I
Yeah.
know that we log on to CourtNet all the time, but
Yes.
there's also an extra step to CourtNet.
Yeah.
If you're an attorney or you work in an attorney's office, you
You
have
can get,
extra access to CourtNet
yeah.
that
Yeah.
we as the
To,
public don't get.
right. Like past
Yeah, yeah.
convictions and that
When
kind
you
of,
put that stuff on CourtNet, black out the personal information. I don't need to know that person's social. I don't want to know that person's social security number.
no,
I don't need to know
no.
their address. I want to know
Right.
their criminal history.
Right. Right.
And
Because,
it just should be, to me. It's, if I can go to the clerk's office and get it, it should be right there.
yeah, I
That
agree.
that part, and then what the other thing is frustrating as us, who this is a loophole that we have unfortunately run into, is that we can drive 3 hours to a case.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so before we go, we can't get all the information online. They don't give it to you.
Right.
So we drive 3 hours for the appearance.
Mm-hmm.
We're in court for 2 hours at this place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It goes quick like that. They move the case to another date.
Right.
We go to the clerk's office. Can we get a copy of everything in this file? No.
No.
It's with the
It's
court. You'll have
it's
to come
still in
back
the
another
courtroom.
day.
Yeah.
I just
So,
drove 3 hours to get here. I sat through 2 hours of court. I can't get a copy of this. Nope, it's with the court. You'll
mm,
have to come back another day. So you
right.
can't even get it in person the day of their appearance in court.
No,
You've got to come a different.
no, no. You'd have to make another 3 hour drive on another day to get that.
So
So, because,
and I will say, we have, I think, found a couple loopholes that we're hoping have been beneficial or could be beneficial. This is one of those loopholes that totally screws you over.
it does for sure. I mean, yeah, there's no way around it. There's nothing we can do. It's a brick wall.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
there's no getting over this wall.
no, no.
I don't
And you
even
know
think.
why? And you know what you hear all the time? It's up to the judge. We got to ask the
Oh,
judge.
I know. I know. It's like the courtroom I was in the other day when no cell phones can be on. A lot of them say silence your phone, which is okay. But, Mead and Grayson are very strict on their phones. Well, Grayson, this judge, no phones, no phones. So I'm hiding my phone because Jeff had stepped out for a few minutes with Ethan. So I'm trying to hide it under my leg so I can message Jeff when our case is called. And I'm thinking, oh, somebody's going to see me and I'm going to lose my phone and I'm going to blame it all on Jeff. No,
That you get the judicial things that you put yourself in to help us out.
no. Yeah. See, I mean, I don't worry that I'm sitting in a
Here's the,
room filled
but
with criminals.
here's
I'm
the
just
problem.
worried.
Like, you would get in trouble for having your phone out in court, and they'd sentence you to 30 days in jail for these
Yeah.
people that. It's
And I'm
frustrating.
sitting. I know.
Uh,
We were talking today that we had a very nice conversation with somebody in the courtroom who turned out when they went up for their, I thought they were just there with somebody else in court. But very nice, spoke to us very nicely, talked to Ethan. Then they go forward to the judge when they're called, and they're an repeat offender.
yeah,
They've
they're a
been caught
persistent
with a
felon. Yeah,
gun. I'm
yeah.
like, okay,
The
this is
friends that you make in court.
I know, I know. I just, I try to be friendly. That's what
That's what it gets you. Friends with
I
persistent.
know.
So,
I know.
let's see. Any other court cases we want to touch on before we
I
jump off
don't
here?
know if you want, let's see, if you want anything for next week. David Howery already mentioned. Jimmy Reynolds and Tammy Richmond are the other ones in McCracken.
Okay.
So people and people might be interested. There's Lauren Royce too in Fayette next week. But Demetrius Hebert is finally coming back up May the 18th. So we've got a
May
couple of
the
weeks.
18th. Okay, so we got a couple weeks for
Yes.
that. That's Jefferson County. That would
Yes.
be one that if you
Yes.
happen to be around, that would be great.
Yes,
Yep.
because if people will remember I mean, there was that all-out manhunt for
Yep.
Demetrius.
Yep.
And Chance Shanklin is finally coming. Do you remember when we went to Warren County
Yep.
and we thought this person is never coming back into court forever? Well, it's finally the 18th of May.
So
And
that's
that's
also on the 18th of May. So one of those we'll need
Mhm.
to get. Wonder if
Yeah,
we
we'll
can
have
get
to.
a Zoom link for Warren down there in Bowling Green.
Yeah, we'll see. That'll be another adventure. We haven't tried Zoom in Warren County
No,
yet.
not yet.
So we'll find
Thank
out.
you, Debbie, for keeping up with all of that information.
Oh, that's
Uh,
okay.
this Saturday, come out to either go online to kendrascott.com, order something online with the code that's on Ethan's Facebook page. 20% will go to Ethan Almighty's Blessings. Show up to Oxmoor that day. Ethan will be there from 2 to 4, but anything bought in store that day, you mentioned Ethan, 20% will go to Ethan Almighty's Blessings. We have a car show coming up at McDonald Land in Fairdale coming up pretty soon. That is June the 27th,
7th. Mm-hmm.
I think.
The-
And then July 18th is the big Ethan party, birthday party
Yeah.
wine release at Croomhaven in Mount Washington. Make sure to come out for that. Today's Wednesday. By this weekend, I should have uh, several finalists up for each category for the
All
Ethan
right.
Humane Hero or Humane
Awards.
Awards up for voting for folks. What's taken me a while is to figure out how to get the voting done properly.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of
Okay.
like when I went through Facebook for trying to get to become a charity nonprofit, and it's such a
Uh-huh.
in the
There's
butt.
a process, huh?
So I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out how the best way to have. We've got 5 categories. We want people to be able to vote on all 5 categories. So
Yes.
uh, lots
And
of
the movie is getting closer and
the
closer. It
movie, the
really,
production folks are in town. I talk with them
yes.
every day. Filming will begin next week. I'm not at liberty to say where that filming is going to be.
She doesn't want all of us crazy
I
women
mean,
running across the parking lot.
quite honestly, the more people that show up, the more security we need, and the more money it costs, right? And so we're trying
Oh,
to keep
darn.
trying to keep
Okay.
all
All
costs
right.
down.
Okay.
There
All
was an
right.
announcement though. I haven't posted this on Ethan's Facebook page yet. Let me pull it
Uh-huh.
up. Let me pull it up real quick, and I'll mention it while we're on here. Uh,
Okay.
uh, Yesterday there was an announcement about a new person coming on
Yeah.
to the movie, and that
Uh-huh.
is Finley Rose Slater. She's on Days of
Yeah.
Our Lives. She is joining the Ethan Almighty cast. So
Ooh.
um, we're excited about that. Thank you, Finley. She is a young lady. I'm not. It looks to be in early teens. She's
Teens,
got
let me
there.
say.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, we're excited about that. I will try to get. They have to all be approved But I'll try to get as many like behind the scene kind of photos as I can as things are going on. Again,
Wow.
they got to be, they got to be. So
You have to document the process so we don't show up and
lots
ruin
of
security.
lots of fun things happening. Um, did you
Definitely.
see? Did you see this coyote that swam to Alcatraz Island?
No.
Did you look that up? So there's a
Okay.
coyote
Is it
that
AI? Are
some
you sure it's
tourists.
not AI?
No, 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 no. Come on, come on. So there's some tourists that saw this video
Oh,
of
okay. Okay.
this coyote coming to shore on Alcatraz Island,
Oh
and
my
uh,
heavens.
so they're trying to find it. They have found a few dead birds, some paw prints. They're trying to figure out if it can't live there. There's not really any shelter. It's not any fresh water.
Yeah.
There's not any. So they're trying to find this coyote, but
No.
interesting. And yet they say these people that tried to escape from Alcatraz couldn't have made it. They couldn't have swam across there,
But a coyote did.
but a coyote did. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'll have to check that out. And
Stun-
why would the coyote decide to swim all the way to
Oh,
Alcatraz?
I don't think he looked out there and thought, "Wow, that looks like paradise. I'm going out
That
there."
looks like fun. Let's go that way.
I don't think that.
I don't think so. That's a
Anyway,
misguided coyote. That's what that is.
stay tuned. We'll update you guys all on court cases. Thank you so much for following, Ethan. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
supporting everything we do. We've got Kendra Scott coming up. I've got a couple things that I really need to get up on. Some Ethan art that needs to be rehomed. I'll try to get some of that up tonight. But
All
thanks to
right.
everybody for all their support and uh, following Ethan's journey, following us on the podcast. Maybe, I mean, depending upon the time of day, we get some interesting folks that are popping on here.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
was that Michelle? Hello,
Yeah,
Michelle.
yeah. Hello,
I
Michelle.
just saw her pop
Yep.
up. She probably
Yeah.
just got
So
home from work.
probably so. Thanks to
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you,
Yeah.
Debbie, for following
Yeah.
us
Thanks,
tonight and
Jeff.
keeping track of all those cases. And
All
we'll talk
righty.
to everybody very soon.
Yeah.
Keep watching Ethan's Facebook page. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
Okay. We will.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.